Okay, so like I was saying, I like this topic because the holidays, so many people kind of say it can be a slow time, a slow season, but for me, planning ahead has really helped that not be an issue. Um, and so I just wanted to give you guys, throw some ideas out there, kind of keep it short and sweet so you can ask questions later when we're done, but kind of just show you some ideas of what I do and what other coaches do to kind of plan ahead and make sure that the slow season is not a slow season for them, because it really doesn't have to be if you plan it right and really focus on what your market would need. So everybody's different. So what I put out there, you might be able to take and use, or you might have to tweak it. It just depends on your market and what they look for, because all of us are in different seasons of our life. So everything's not going to be the same of who we're attracting or who we want to help and stuff like that. So as we're going over it, just write down what you love or write down ideas that pop up in your head. And then if you have any questions at the end, just go ahead and ask, because I'm just going to give some quick and easy tips that I hope you can take and just run with. So we'll get started. So it's important, like I said, to have a plan, to have a marketing strategy. Every season, you can plan something. So I have up here, but like say it's spring and summer, you're talking about spring break. You're talking about summer activities coming up and maybe not being the mom that's hiding behind their children in pictures, maybe having energy to do all the activities that you want to do. Maybe for coaching opportunity, it's having the extra money to actually take vacations this summer. But for the season we're in right now, it's back to school. Moms maybe have a little bit more free time during the day to work a business, or maybe they have a crazy schedule and they need energy for it. Maybe they just want to work on themselves a little bit more so they are able to give more in this busy season that's coming. So you're able to, approach it in that way when you're talking about your challenge group, like, hey, let's take some time to focus on you when your kids are back in school. Let's take some time to work on you getting energy and having that confidence in yourself and being able to really enjoy the holidays. It's giving, busy mom tips or busy woman tips if you're not a mom yet. I mean, we're always busy in every season of our life. So having different tips that maybe you've learned, maybe that you're learning, or maybe it's something you want to learn and you want to learn right along with them in a group. I mean, that appeals to people because people love life hacks. They love tips. They love help. So whatever, person you're trying to market to, think about what they would need in this season of their life, in this time of the year. There's football parties. So it's great to have a clean eating group where maybe you're giving clean recipes for football parties, or maybe you're showing them, lighter cocktails that they can have so they don't have to feel weighed down by like tons of sugary cocktails and really fatty, greasy foods. There's so many options that are delicious that still have buffalo flavor, but it's not a huge or a little piece of fried chicken. It's something else that's healthier and better for them, so they can see that they're able to still enjoy life and still feel good and healthy. And so those are things that I like to do and love to do. You want to be proactive, not reactive. So you're looking and you're planning ahead and you're like, okay, so what will they need in the fall? What can I do to really add value and attract people that need my help in the fall? And then you're thinking about ahead to the holiday parties in December, November, December. Even October, November, there's military balls and all that, and girls want to look good and rock their dress. People want to, if they're still putting on, costumes, they want to look good in those too. So, you think ahead of holiday parties and all that, and not being reactive, being like, oh shoot, I should have done this, because you've already got it planned out. And then of course you want to be relevant. So that's why I talk about planning it for the different seasons. So like the next one, December, Christmas time, holiday time, you got the holiday parties. So maybe you do a clean eating group, a free cleaning group before Christmas or before the holiday parties start for maybe your company or wherever you work. Be like, hey guys, I want to do a free cleaning group, just to get us ready for this holiday party, where you can give tips on like, hey, you can go to a holiday party and eat everything, but in moderation. I am part of a big Italian family, my in-laws. I mean, when I say there's food, there's food. It's just like the movies. There's tons of food. So I could go there and overindulge and gain 10 pounds in a weekend, literally. But I've learned ways to just not be grazing, to drink water before I go, or, during the meal, before the meal, to really take smaller portions so I can still eat everything, but I'm not taking a huge plate load. It's small portions, so I feel comfortably full, and I still enjoyed everything, and I still get to have dessert. And you're able to share tips like that with them so they can, because you'd be surprised what people don't know. They don't know these tips, or maybe they don't think it's going to work for them and that they'll still enjoy these parties. So you're able to show them like, yeah, do this and it works and it helps you and you feel good and you can still enjoy life. Having clean recipes, like I said, relevant for the time. So for football parties, so for Thanksgiving, so for Christmas, maybe New Year's, finding recipes, they're all over Pinterest, and maybe even teaming up with someone. So it's not you finding all this material. You have your coaches maybe apprenticing with you, or maybe you have your success partner and you can do it together. So you are both coming in with tips and recipes, and so it's not a full load on you, but you can just make a blanket clean eating template and then switch out recipes and switch out tips. It could be the same workouts that you put in there. It could be the same things that you're doing, but just changing it up for the season. And in the next slide, I'm going to show you kind of how you can plan your month. I got this idea from Anita Myron, and it's something I've tried before and kind of failed forward on it, and I'm doing it again, and I really am planning the next 3 months, October, November, December, this way, because I want to make sure my challenge groups line up to be before and or after the holidays, and that my clean eating groups kind of revolve around that as well. Because one, I want to help myself and my new coaches, reach out to their cold market, but I also want to just get people in there and realizing these things actually work and can help them, and then having them move on to actually a challenge group where they invest in themselves with a challenge pack. So this is October. This is just a rough draft that I kind of put together after revisiting the idea. So, beginning of October, I actually have a challenge group that will start September 28th. So that it ends, before Halloween. So I don't want my challenge groups to be going on during a holiday, because that's when people fall off and they make excuses. And I want to eliminate one of those excuses, or some of those excuses, by not having it go through a holiday, and also have it appeal more because it's not going through a holiday. So September 28th is when this kind of starts. And then I want to have a free group in October, so I want to make sure I remind myself, okay, you need to promote this free group starting on this Monday. I'm probably going to do an ad maybe on my like page, and then have it shared onto my personal page, so people can share and tag their friends, and that'll really open up the market. And then keep mentioning it as we go along the week, and then have the prep weekend start that Friday, and start that Monday for the 5 days of the clean eating group. And so as this clean eating group is going on, and making sure that it's, exciting, putting tips and recipes and, ways to stay out of the candy jar, maybe even sharing Shakeology recipes to pique that interest of butter. I've seen Butterfinger recipes. I've seen Snicker recipes. I've done the Almond Joy with the coconut, and it's delicious. I now do caramel in my chocolate vegan. It's amazing. So sharing things like that, and really just posting, engaging like you guys always do. I know you have amazing groups. Making sure that they're engaged and they're getting value, the entire group. And as I'm doing that, I'm like, okay, promoting the November challenge group. So all these new people that I've gained and new eyes that are on my page now from promoting this free group and having this free group, now I want to let them know, like, hey, I've got a November challenge group coming up, and I want to plant that seed as they're going through this group and enjoying themselves and starting to feel better. And then I'm going to be personal messaging these people. So I'm going to be building these relationships with them as they're in this group. So when it's time, I can to drop in and say, hey, I don't know if you've seen my post on my page, but I have a group starting in November. You've been doing amazing, and you've been telling me how good you feel. I'd love to help you continue with that. Then they're more open to it. They're ready, and they're ready to invest in themselves. So I put that on here, and I'll show you more examples of how you can have those jabs on your page. They call it jabs, and then you do your right hook of inviting. So I'll show you that on the next one, example that another coach has done, and that I do as well when I'm planning out my important post. So after that, I want to make sure that I have something to continue to invite people to. So I have that coach opportunity call. And another example is you could maybe do a 5-day sneak peek to have, invite them to that next week. So it's always something that you're kind of funneling people to, funneling these new people to get info and plant seeds and water those seeds and build those relationships and really show them how amazing this opportunity is in more ways than one. So, on the 18th, on Sunday night, when it's a great time to have any invites because people are just relaxing on their couch and checking their phones before going to bed and getting ready for Monday fun day. Great time to post this on Sunday night. So I want to talk about the coach opportunity call that's coming up, or maybe you're talking about the sneak peek that's coming up and inviting people and getting them added into the group. And so, or an event page that you might have for it. And so you'll want to do that on Sunday night and then continue to kind of drop the hints that, hey, I got, 2 more days and I can't wait to hop on this call with everybody. I've already added so many people to the event page. If you'd like to find out more info, tell your story, whatever it is. You're doing that up until the call. And even on the day of the call, you're like, it's going down in an hour. I can't wait to share my heart. And then you have that coach opportunity call. So it's possible to get people attracted to the business from free clean eating groups because they see how cool the groups are and how you're doing this all from home or from your phone or wherever you are. And it piques interest because people like, especially if they have the heart for helping people, they're going to love and want to hear more about the opportunity. So then you have the last day, or I have the last day to order for the November group on the 26th. So that's when I'm, doing the last calls and personal messaging people that said they were interested in the beginning from the clean eating group and making sure that they are, know that it's the last day and know that, the group's about to open up and I want to make sure they have a spot if they're still interested. And same with the coach op call because, I usually have my, training groups start on the first Monday of that month. So last day to order and make sure they get their products and start working on being on the product of the product would be that day. And then you'll see the prep weekend starts that Friday after that. So that's another reason why I like them to have their stuff because I want them to have the info from the books and see, especially with 21 Day Fix, you want them to know what the foods are. I mean, we can find it on Pinterest, but I just like them to have their product, be able to get all set up, get their questions answered, and get ready for prep weekend and shopping and all that. So the next slide I have is going to be showing you how you can plan out posts. So say maybe you have a busy holiday season coming up. It's important to plan out the important posts because you want to make sure that you're putting out the jabs that you need to put out. You're putting out the important right hooks to really attract the people that you want. So planning that out makes it so much easier, you guys. You can, plan out the posts, write them out if you want, and put them in an Evernote or in Google Drive. So it's a quick copy and paste. If you're out and about or if you're traveling, it's so, so important. You'll feel so much better too because you don't feel like you're a slave to your posts and to planning because you've already got it done. So this is from a fellow coach, Becca Robinson, that she had shared in the past, and it's something that I had done a more simple one on. I'll show you in a minute. But you can see what she did. Write down your March goals on the 1st. This is for March, but obviously you would change it up for the season, October, November, whatever it may be. Publicly commit to a program, which I want to elaborate on. It is so important, you guys. One thing that I found was incredible for me during the holiday season is being the example, is showing them like before I went to the holiday party that I'm getting my workout in because I can't wait to have that pumpkin pie, and showing them that it's fun and it's possible to be healthy during the holiday season and feel amazing in the winter months and then continue that on in January, February, March and live a healthy lifestyle. So it's important for you to show them that every day and then along the way showing them tips as you're doing it because when they see you doing it, then they trust you and what you have to offer because they buy into you before they ever buy into 21 Day Fix or any of our incredible products. And with Hammer and Chisel coming out, whether you're looking forward to that or not, pick that program and have an interest group for it and get people in there that are interested and want to do it right along with you, then have an initial test group, everybody in there, plan that out and make sure that you are planning out how you're going to market that ahead of time so you don't miss out on an opportunity to really have an impactful and awesome month. And Beachbody does release products during this time for that purpose because they know it could be a slow season and they don't want that to happen for us. So as long as we plan, we're on it, we're doing it. So make sure you can also plan out what you want to do. Like I know I'm doing Body Beast right now. Next, I know I want to do Extreme. Then it's moving on to Hammer and Chisel. And I did the same thing last year. I did like Combat and then T25 Gamma or something. And then I did Max, and just, I made sure that I knew what I was going and doing, and I was following it every single day and being the example. So anyway, going on, it shows share about on demand, show off the success of a past challenger. So it's every single day there's an idea and something for you to post. So you kind of have a plan and you don't feel like you're all over the place. And like I said, a slave to your posts, and you're like, oh great, maybe I should have posted about that. And you didn't get to do it. I think I need to run and get my charger. Okay, so we had a chance to look at that. Well, I had to run and get that. By mistake if my computer died. So I will post this in the group so you guys can take a look at it and kind of go off of it for your own ideas, and maybe planning out what you want, or even just taking it and making it, you know, what you want. But you can see that, you know, for March, she had St. Patty's Day, share a green Shakeology recipe. So, you know, for us in October, we could, like I said, in the free group or on your page, be sharing Shakeology recipes that will keep them out of the candy jar, that taste like candy bars or taste like different things that they might be wanting to eat, but we're able to show them like, hey, how about a superfood packed version instead? And you're showing them that. So this is an awesome example. And then I have one that I kind of put together in February that keeps it a little bit more simple. If you like simple more than like something different every single day. I love this one. This is what I'm going to go off of, but there's a more simple one where it's kind of like Wednesdays is for coach opportunity posts. Tuesdays is to share something that inspires you, or a challenge group shout out for Transformation Tuesday. Maybe Thursdays is, you know, the TBT that everybody does. Maybe it's sharing something in the past that you have overcome now because of challenge group, because of Beachbody, because of your amazing team, the community you have, whatever it is. Sundays being for sharing a part of your testimony or something from a devotion. Fridays, healthy recipes, engaging questions. Keeps it simple. And then weekends, you're sharing family, you're sharing tips, you're, you know, telling them to live life, you know, whatever it may be. You can keep it simple like this, or you can do the one before and kind of do something different every day, depending on what day it is, holiday and whatnot. And just have fun with it, you guys, because when you plan ahead, it takes pressure off, and you're able to have fun. You're able to plan your posts ahead. You're able to, you know, revise them if you need to, or maybe, you know, even if you have it planned, you can still be in the moment, and if something amazing happened that you didn't expect, you can still share that too. But it's just making sure that you have the important stuff planned and ready to go, so you're able to be more efficient and be more relevant and be able to reach the people that you need to reach. And another idea too, if you don't want to do 5-day groups and put together a clean, you know, material for 5-day groups, you can do 3-day refresh. That's another amazing idea is, you know, after holidays, after Thanksgiving, after Halloween candy's out of the house, do a 3-day refresh so people can feel better. They can revamp and revive their system and get all that junk out of it and jumpstart themselves to a healthier life, feeling better. And then it can also make them want to maybe start a workout program and get into your groups even more. So you can do 3-day groups with the refresh. You can do 5-day, 7-day, whatever you have going on. But it's just important, really, like I said, to schedule it in and get it done, and team up with someone if you need to, and just have fun with it. So I am going to open it up for questions. So I know I went fast, but don't worry about screenshotting or anything. I am going to post these 2 calendars in the group so you guys can take a look at them and save them, or whatever you'd like to do, make it your own. But I hope you'll take them and really use them, because it's helped me a lot when it comes to planning my month and the holiday season coming. Let me see.